Wyoming and Washington State. We've got Washington State 17-point home favorites, 58.5 being the total here in this game. I mean, don't look now. Suddenly, Wyoming perking up a little bit, a little more competitive of late. No question about that. And look, we've now seen Washington State here the last couple games just completely. They haven't been a great defense by any stretch this season, but what's happening to that defense the last couple weeks in particular is just horrible. New Mexico, 38 points, although we like Dampier and the way he's played at quarterback for them. Still, you give up 38 and you lose as 10.5-point favorites. You lose outright. And same thing with Oregon State last week. Wazoo, 10.5-point favorites on the road. They lose outright, 41-38. Now, they are back in Pullman. They're 5-0 at home. They played really good football here at home. They annihilated Hawaii, Utah State at home, but they also barely beat San Jose State at home. Wyoming was pretty bad, and I think you initially could make the case that, yeah, Washington State beat Hawaii 42-10 at home, and Washington State beat Utah State 49-28 at home, that they could also beat Wyoming by this kind of a margin. But Wyoming made that quarterback change recently, and it's been for the better. You know, they covered the number against San Jose State, covered the number against Utah State. They beat New Mexico outright. They fell barely short of the cover against Colorado State, and then they were wire to wire with Boise State right in that game, start to finish. So I'd be probably taking the points or nothing here with Wyoming. His final home game, I do still worry about the Wyoming defense a little bit, which, you know, obviously has had their issues throughout the course of the season. And if you look in particular, Wyoming's defense against the run has really suffered. And you're talking about a Washington State team with a great running quarterback in John Mateer. He can throw, but he's excellent using his legs, using his feet as well for this Washington State team. That could be a matchup concern here. I think there could be points in this game. 58.5 seems low for what we're seeing out of Washington State lately, on both sides of the ball. So I like the over more than anything, but I'll lean a little bit to Wyoming as well, plus 17. That's a lot of points for this faltering Washington State defense to be laying right now. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, that's just the lone thing. Like, I think even though the home is better for them, I would, watch laying the 17. Stick with the team total. With them, that's been the one consistent. You know, got there even last week with Oregon State, but all at home, Utah State 49, Hawaii 42, San Jose, that crazy game, 54-52. And earlier on the year, they beat Texas Tech 37. I mean, it seems like they're going to get to 40 here. So just go with the team total, which should be right below that number. Should be right around 38, this team total for Washington State. Wyoming, too, like, can they have some success? The problem is Wyoming's not a very good pass team. I mean, they're 105th, and that's probably giving them credit. Because Washington State, though, has been bad against the pass, 120 in the country, and 105 against the run. So Wyoming will have a little success, I think, running it. But if they had a good quarterback, like they could be in it. They could light it up. You know what I mean, Vanna? They just don't. They don't.
That's exactly it. No doubt.